Welcome to the South Ops Fire Weather Webcast for Friday, May 2nd. I'm your host, Kristen Stewart. It is finally officially May, which means we can finally officially say it is May gray season. The marine layer continues to remain quite deep this morning as a weak area of low pressure cut off from the main flow meanders over southeast California. Like the past couple days, low clouds have surged all the way across the coastal valleys and have extended across many of the lower coastal slopes. Valleys are likely to clear within the next few hours, but the coastal areas will be much more sluggish to clear, and some beaches may be socked in the clouds all day. Despite the deep marine layer, a weak ridge of high pressure continues to be the dominant weather feature over the western U.S. This should allow quick enough clearing away from the beaches to allow for temperatures to remain near normal levels across the board. High temperatures across the coastal areas away from the beaches will continue to range in the 70s to near 80. The interior will remain much warmer due to being far from the marine influence. The Central Valley and high desert are likely to range in the 80s, while the low desert will be in the low to mid 90s. Humidity will remain elevated across most areas, with minimums mostly 20 to 40%, except higher near the coastline. The deserts remain the exception, with minimums continuing to range in the single digits and teens. Onshore flow will continue today, though winds will not be particularly strong, with gusts of 20 to 30 miles an hour across the deserts and adjacent slopes. Winds will mostly exhibit typical diurnal and terrain-driven trends. With the weak upper-level low-pressure area still trapped within the ridge of high pressure and producing lifted instability, shower and thunderstorm chances will continue over the Sierra and high desert this afternoon. Shower chances may also expand into some of the Southern California mountains as the disturbance remains over southeast California. However, coverage is not expected to be as widespread as it has been the past couple days. Additional rainfall totals will be light again today, though if heavier showers were to develop over the higher terrain, there may be totals up to a quarter inch with localized flooding possible. As we go into this weekend, a deep and cold low-pressure system is expected to take aim at Southern California, very unusual for the beginning of May. Temperatures are expected to drop well below normal and will be accompanied by lots of clouds and continued precipitation chances. Current model projections indicate that the deep and cold low pressure will linger over the desert southwest late Sunday through Tuesday, with a few disturbances rotating into Southern California during that time. There is fairly decent confidence that this system will make its egress eastward around Wednesday, and weak high pressure will build back in for the latter half of next week, bringing back some warming and drying. As the cold and deep low pressure system moves in, we'll continue to see scattered to widespread shower and thunderstorm activity from Saturday afternoon through Sunday. Some activity may linger mostly over the deserts and Sierra on Monday, probably into Tuesday as well. Additional rainfall up to an inch is likely across the Sierra through Tuesday, with other mountain areas up to around a half inch. Localized higher amounts are possible with heavier showers or thunderstorms. The low terrain will only receive up to a tenth or a quarter inch at best. Even though these totals are on the lower side, they are still quite impressive for this time of year. Keep in mind that we are transitioning into our dry season, and we are well past the time frame for significant winter precipitation. The fact that we are in a wet pattern to begin May is great news for slowing the progression of fire season. The snow level will drop to around 4,000 to 5,000 feet this weekend, which, by the way, is also exceptional for early May, so several inches of new snowfall is likely across the high Sierra. Some potential snowfall impacts are also possible to the major Southern California mountain passes. Aside from precipitation, temperatures are expected to plummet to below seasonal normals this weekend. By Sunday, high temperatures are only expected to rise in the upper 50s to low 60s for most of the region. 70s will only be limited to the low desert. This system will also bring strong winds to the region this weekend, with gusts of 30 to 50 miles an hour common across the higher terrain and deserts susceptible to westerly winds. Some of the typically windier areas may gust in the 50 to 60 mile an hour range at times. There is some uncertainty as to how long low pressure will stick around near Southern California into next week. This will have some impact on the temperature and humidity forecast for next week. Based on current projections, a gradual warming trend is likely next week with temperatures returning to normal levels by Wednesday. The weather will remain low impact throughout next week. The continued cool and wet conditions will keep fuel conditions unusually moist across all classes of fuels over the next week or two. Any planned burn projects are likely to be challenged by the wet conditions for the foreseeable future. To put everything together, the start of our fire season is very much on hold region-wide, and that is not going to change anytime soon. We do have some good curing that has occurred across many of the lower elevation grasses, though curing is not likely to progress substantially more in the next week or two. The forecasted cool and moist weather is going to prevent any drying in the heavier fuels for significant time to come, and at this point, it's likely we'll make it into at least the middle of May without any significant fire concerns, even in the grasses. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for tuning in. Our next webcast will be on Monday, May 5th. Have a fantastic day.